Hey everybody, happy Front Row Friday. It's Marilyn Sherman coming to you from Las Vegas. Today, I want to give you a message of hope and inspiration around the word vulnerability. According to dictionary.com, vulnerability is susceptible to physical or emotional attack or harm. And other words associated with vulnerability are susceptibility, blame, burden, compulsion, culpability, debt, duty, indebtedness, liability, obligation, subjection. And I'm thinking, well, wait a second. Why do we associate vulnerability with all of this negativity? Why can't we associate vulnerability with the word freedom, where you can be honest, you can be open? In fact, I like Dr. Brene Brown's definition of vulnerability. She says, vulnerability is the feeling of emotional exposure and uncertainty. It's the willingness to show up and be seen, even when there's no guarantee of the outcome. Vulnerability is a key component of meaningful human connections, and that the willingness to be vulnerable is essential for living a wholehearted life. So why is it important for you and I to be a little bit more vulnerable? Well, number one, I believe it increases your self-awareness, where you can step back and reflect on what's going on. What are you feeling? What are your emotions? What are your fears? What are your insecurities? Think about it and think about, well, what can I do about what I'm going through? And more importantly, who can I talk to about it? Now, I don't suggest you go on social media and tell everybody what your fears and insecurities are, but use your front row, the people that are in your front row. In other words, your inner circle, the people that you trust. And once you do some self-reflection, you can go to the people that you trust and you can talk to them about what's going on. You can release that burden, and there's freedom in that release. So increase self-awareness. It's going to help you with your personal growth. Number two, increased empathy. Because when you are vulnerable, when you're open and you're honest, even at the risk of rejection or at the risk of uncertainty of the outcome of you being honest and open, what it does is increases the chance of people being showing empathy towards you, and it creates a space for them to be open to you, and then you can have a more deep conversation, which brings us to reason number three to practice more vulnerability, and that is we build deeper human connection. And in this day and age, I believe that we are all searching for deeper human connection. And you can get that by being vulnerable. Now, I know it takes courage. It is not easy to be vulnerable. It is not easy to show vulnerability, especially when so many people associate vulnerability with weakness. But you know what it takes? It takes courage, compassion, and kindness. It takes courage. It takes overcoming that fear. It takes opening yourself up. That is a courageous act. And then the compassion is where you first and foremost give yourself compassion, that it's okay to have the feelings that you have. It's okay to have the insecurities that you have. It's okay wherever you're at. It's okay. Show yourself some compassion. You've been through a lot. Give yourself a break, because when you show compassion to yourself, it's easier for you to show compassion to other people and embrace other people's vulnerabilities at the same time. And then kindness, for you to take a moment and to share your ideas, your inner issues with somebody that you trust, it's an act of kindness, because it allows them to show empathy towards you. And when they do that, you're more likely to be kind to other people. And if you've heard me in my keynote speech about the seed of success, you know that in order to patch up the holes in your bucket list, it takes courage, compassion, and kindness. So those are the same three things that it takes for you to be vulnerable. So on this Front Row Friday, I encourage you to do some self-reflection and embrace the freedom of being vulnerable and see the benefit of deeper human connections when you are more vulnerable. So enjoy your Front Row Friday, everybody. And if you do not have someone that you trust that you can open up to, then call me and maybe I can be a support and encouragement for you. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.